what's going on? Uh, I'm sorry in advance if my voice is a little messy. I am a little sick, but let's begin. So, today we're going to be talking about the Blackout mode. I am sure you have seen by now many people talking about this mode in particular, and most of the opinions are that the game mode is good, and I have to agree with this. It exceeded my expectations by a long shot. I mean, I expected this game mode to be mediocre since it was started late in the development cycle, and it was just a trend chasing thing that based on the success of Fortnite they decided to do it. So with that information, I automatically thought this game mode is going to be a mess. I thought this game mode was going to be the worst mode, in Black Ops 4, but it's not. And they got rid of the campaign for this, and it seems to be worth it. I didn't get much lag during the beta. I only got a little bit, and it was not my internet, okay? I know it's not my internet because everything else is working fine. And I don't remember when was the last time I lagged in a Call of Duty game, or in any other game for that matter. So it was strange to me to see this, and it was kind of frustrating, but it was whatever. That was, I think, the first and last time I ever saw lag in 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 Blackout. What I did notice a lot was with the graphical settings, I guess. You'd be running somewhere or through something like a cornfield, and you could see things popping up in the screen a lot. And I think that is due to the Call of Duty engine not being able to handle such a big map, with that much detail in it. But it didn't bother me, but it is noticeable. So if that kind of thing bothers you, you're going to see this a lot. So if you want to play this, you better get used to it. But in all honesty, the game was good. I did not expect this game to be good, and I had a lot of fun, I guess, enjoyment. I enjoyed it a lot. Locations is pretty interesting. They did tell us that they were going to add locations that we had seen before in maps, and that's pretty much all they did, except they added other locations that don't have a name and are just campsites or houses, stuff like that. But it is nice to see old maps again and extended. For example, the Nuketown Island is, I assumed it was just going to be the two houses and the bus, but no, it was actually an island with around, I don't know, 15 houses. It was interesting. However, the map is pretty small, in my opinion. I thought it would be bigger, but it's not. It's kind of small. You can basically run through the entire map from point A to point B pretty fast and without the use of a car or any type of vehicle. So you basically can get from one end of the map to the other just by running, and you'll be fine. The storm will not catch up to you. But enough of that. let's talk about the perks. The perks are annoying. If you've played the beta, you understand what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, let me enlighten you. You are looting through stuff, right? Let's say you landed somewhere, there's a lot of enemies around, and you pick up everything you can just because you're hoping that one of the things you pick up is a gun. And you end up picking up perks quite a lot. And they are annoying because I don't remember having ever used a perk tactically, like, oh, I'm going to use that silence to creep around this area. I don't remember ever doing that. So they're just there in my inventory for the longest time, and I don't use them ever, other than me just trying to get rid of them. Instead of dropping them, I use them. But really, I don't know. I just see them as a waste of possible gear that I could be getting instead of grabbing this useless stuff. And that takes me to the other point. Sometimes I find so many perks and not a single gun. So I drop in a certain location and I'm going through all this stuff, and all I'm finding is a lot of perks and perks and perks, and I don't find a gun in like a minute, 2 minutes, and then I end up dying because I don't have a gun. And that is very annoying when you can't find a gun. I've searched so much. I remember one time I got into the, I don't know, but a lot of people died, and I still didn't have a gun, and I couldn't just go out, you know, risking my digital life to try to find a gun because there was enemies around and I didn't have a gun. So I would have just ended up dying, and that's not the point of battle royale at all. So I just, wait until the storm would come near, and then I try to scavenge anything I could get. And sometimes I would just grab a gun and I didn't have much ammo on it, and you pretty much end up dying most of the time, 80% of the time, I would say. And I played a couple matches. By the time I'm making this video, I've already played a lot, right? It's been out for 2 days already, and I'm kind of getting bored of it. But I expected that because it's battle royale, and I've already played too much battle royale in my life. But one of the things that I hate, I've always hated since I started playing Fortnite, is the randoms. Randoms are completely trash. If you're playing squads, the randoms are garbage, and this is in every single game. They have always been garbage and will probably always be garbage. The majority of the time when I'm playing squads, I end up by myself, and I go all the way top 10 or top 5 by myself because these fools got themselves killed somehow. My first game in squads, 2 of my teammates went into Nuketown, I believe. Yeah, it was Nuketown. And they died instantly. I hadn't even landed when those fools died. So it's kind of annoying, to go all the way to top 5 without even a single squad mate left. And if you don't have friends, I don't recommend you play squads at all. Stick to solos and or duos. One of the good things, or the things that I was excited about, was the ray gun. Maybe you don't know, maybe you do, you probably do by now. But the ray gun is in the game, and it only comes with 20 bullets, I believe. And it's not as overpowered as people think it is. But it's pretty cool, to run around with a ray gun. I don't know how many people can have one. I think it's only one per game, but don't quote me on that. And I'm not sure, to be honest. I have to review the footage. I'll put it in the video, but I think that the ray gun blew up in my hand, and I'm not entirely sure, but I think it did. So that's interesting, I guess, because I was shooting it too fast or something, and it overheated. I mean, I'm just speculating, but I'll put some gameplay for you to watch. How easy is this battle royale? I don't know. I mean, I've been playing Fortnite since before the hype, so it was pretty easy for me. I'm not a sweaty. I mean, I can be, but it's not fun for me. So I don't go around with Adderall and G Fuel and none of that stuff. It's not for me. But I got my win on the 5th game I played, and it could have been the 4th, but I played one game of squads, which was where I'm telling you that those guys died on Nuketown, like before I even landed. I don't remember where I landed, but those dudes were already dead before I hit the ground. And so that kind of ruined it. But, I got my first win on my 4th game in solos, if you count that squad game out. And I will show you guys a picture of that, so you see I'm not lying or anything like that. Sorry about that, I got a little alert. I'm sure you've gotten those before. Anyway, so I got my win on my 5th game overall, right? I got around 5 kills, I believe. And I don't know, I wasn't happy, like, I don't know. I was happy that I won, but I wasn't, excited or anything. It was just like, oh, look, I won. Cool. And I want to talk about the loot for a second. Let's divert into the loot. I like the attachments. I really do. It's interesting. Sometimes I've landed and I've been able to grab weapons that already have attachments on them, which is pretty cool. But if you don't, you can scavenge for attachments, sights, barrels, grips, foregrips, stocks, and it's interesting. I like it. I do. However, if you have a gun, right, and it's not a very good gun, and you put all these attachments on it, and then you come across a better gun, you have to take all those attachments off, and then you have to put them on the new gun, and that just takes forever. And I don't like that, because you have to hold down square button for like 1 or 2 seconds, and then the other one, and then the other attachment, and then the other attachment. And if you don't have any more space, you'll just start dropping your attachments, and that's not good. But I do like the attachments. It just takes a little bit too long to remove. One of my issues with this mode in particular, and there's no way for Treyarch to solve this, is the campers. There's so many campers in this game. It's not fun at all. I guess I understand because it is a battle royale game and you only get one life. But many times you'll find yourself going into a house and it looks intact and you're just looting or you're trying to look for stuff. You'll go into a room and then you'll get blasted by like 2-3 dudes inside that house. Unless you're playing solo, then you'll probably get blasted by one. But the point is that they'll be there just hiding. Earlier today I got killed by 2 dudes that were hiding behind some rocks for I don't know how long, man. I had been there because I landed, but I was doing something else. So I didn't have a gun or anything, and I was there for quite a bit of time. And then I started to move around, right? And the storm was coming, so I had to get out of the way. And these dudes just killed me from behind, like in the middle of nowhere. There was 2 dudes right there, and I didn't even know where they came from. I just saw, when they shot me, I turned around and I saw that they were behind some rocks in the middle of nowhere. It is south of the map to the east, so southeast. And I was shocked. I was like, what's going on? I mean, it's not like I was in Turbine or somewhere like that. It was just like the very south of the map. It was crazy. But, I guess I understand since it's Battle Royale, but it's a little too crazy, too ridiculous. So people need to calm down a bit on the camping. But going back to winning, you don't get rewarded for winning. You only get a stupid quote that everybody gets. Even if you lose, you'll still get a quote. And that's about it. You get these merits, but that doesn't mean anything to me. They should at least give you something. I understand it's a beta, but I mean, I don't know. They should at least give you a congratulations badge or calling card, something. But they don't give you anything at all. So it's not really fun to win. The only times I have lost in the finals, like outplayed, is when people have armor. I hate armor with a passion, and I can't thoroughly tell you how much I hate it. I had armor 2. There's 3 levels of armor. Armor 1, which is just body armor. Armor 2, which is just more body armor. And Armor 3, which is body armor and head armor, which is the one I hate with a passion. Because you have to shoot at it so much. Probably like an entire mag without, missing a bullet to be able to kill that guy. And that guy has enough time to turn around and shoot you. And if you don't have level 3 armor, you're going to die. Unless you manage to do something and, shoot him more than he shoots you. But most of the time you're going to die. And I lost a match like that. And I was mad. I felt cheated out of a win. And that's not good for me to enjoy your game, to feel cheated. So that is something that I think they should remove. And to me it is a problem. I don't know if anybody else is having this issue, or maybe it's just me, but I think it's a little too excessive. It's too much. leave it at level 2. One of the things I don't like, and I'm probably too negative on this, but one of the things I don't like is the vehicle physics, but I guess I understand it because, like I said, it's Call of Duty, so. But if you haven't played the beta, vehicles bounce. And that's one of the reasons why I never liked Ghost Recon's Wildlands, because vehicles bounce, and that's. I don't want to. I don't want to get my channel blacklisted, so I'm not going to call it the word that I wanted to call it, but it's bad, okay? I don't like it. It's dumb. I think even helicopters. I've driven helicopters, I've just never crashed one to test it out. But everything else seems to bounce when you crash into something. But moving on. The storm is pretty weak. You could literally be in one of the edge of the map and you'll probably outrun the storm, and you'll probably have enough meds to manage to be in the storm for a long time without dying. So they need to buff the storm. I do like the touch of the little numbers popping up in your screen. It's a very nice touch, but they do need a buff. Moving on to the weapons. Weapons are pretty good for the most part. The only guns I have an issue with are the shotguns. They are pretty useless. I think I've only used them like twice. I've gotten a kill with them twice, both times that I did use them. But I don't find myself using shotguns. If I come across a shotgun, usually I don't pick it up because I already have an SMG or an assault rifle or an LMG, whatever I have. I rather use that than pick up a shotgun. The only times I pick them up is when I just landed and that's the first gun I find. I'll just pick up a shotgun, but then as soon as I find something else, I'll just swap it out, and I'll just forget about shotguns. If I have something else, I won't touch shotgun ever. So I don't know. Maybe they need to buff them or just remove them out of the game. I don't think I have ever been shot with a shotgun or killed by a shotgun, for that matter. So I don't know. I mean, maybe you can find some Blackout gameplay with a shotgun, but I don't know, man. It's pretty useless in my opinion. And I don't mean like you can't get a kill. I mean like most of your engagements will probably be mid to long range. So having a shotgun is just not worth it. You're just limiting yourself to killing people at short range, which is not good at all. But let's try to wrap it up. In conclusion, I did enjoy this beta, this game mode. It's really enjoyable. If you wanted to play a battle royale game but you're tired of Fortnite where they build towers and whatnot, you're going to enjoy this. This is very fun, very new. Although people are saying it's like PUBG, it's not. The gameplay is smooth, except for those pop-ins that pop up whenever you're running around. Did I talk about that? I don't think I did. Well, like when you're running around, all these things start to pop up in your screen, like grass and bushes and all that stuff. I don't know why, but I'm guessing it's because of the engine, the Call of Duty engine. So, I don't have a big issue with it. But if that bothers you, it's going to bother you here because there is a lot of that. So watch out with that. Now let's move on to the end of this video. Let's say by some chance, like me, you did not like the multiplayer at all. Forget about zombies players. You're gonna buy this game either way. I already know you will. But let's say you're not a zombies player, you're just a multiplayer player or a campaign player. If you like this battle royale mode, but you don't like the multiplayer gameplay, or not the gameplay, the normal multiplayer mode, I don't recommend you to buy this game. Because if the only reason you're gonna buy this game is for battle royale, then I recommend you go and waste your money somewhere else. It's not a smart investment. I don't want to talk like I know stuff, but I'm myself. I'm just going to talk from experience. I don't like this Blackout, not Blackout, Black Ops multiplayer mode. I like Blackout, but I don't like Black Ops 4 multiplayer because it's just not fun for me. I can be a sweaty if I wanted to, but I don't enjoy being a sweaty, you know? So I like Blackout, I really do. But it's not worth $60 for me, and I'm not a zombies player, so I'm not even gonna bother playing zombies, to be honest. The only times I remember playing zombies a lot was back in Black Ops 1. And that's because I didn't play much of them in World at War. So it was kind of new to me, in a way. So I'm not going to buy this game, mainly because I don't like the multiplayer. I think it's garbage, and I just don't even want to play it. I'm worn out on Battle Royale, so I mean, like, I could buy this game, but I'll probably get bored of it within the week. Honestly, I'm already thinking about deleting the beta because I'm already bored, man. I mean, I've done everything that has to be done in this game, and it's just not interesting for me. So if this is the only reason you're going to buy it, I'm going to warn you that you might get worn out by it. It might burn out your battle royale cravings. So you're basically just going to waste $60. I'm not going to tell you not to buy this game. Like, I'm not telling you don't buy this game. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I don't think it's a wise investment. But at the end of the day, it is your money. You can do whatever you want with it. If you want to buy this game, you're going to buy it. Whatever I say, it's not going to affect, the sale of this game. But I do want to warn you that you might be burned out and it's just going to be a waste. That's all I'm going to say. I do recommend Blackout if you were on the, on the fence whether you wanted to buy this game. I'm telling you, Blackout is good. The multiplayer is not something I enjoyed at all. But if you did enjoy the multiplayer, you probably will enjoy the Blackout mode, and I hope you have a lot of fun with it. But The deal breaker for me was this game is not finished. There's the most important thing missing, and it's not the campaign, it's the credits. The credits are still not done, and that is a deal breaker for me. I don't know about you, but to me that is the most important thing in a game. So with that being said, this is your boy B Dobbins. Oh wait, my bad. That's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next video if you stick around.